Well, darlings, I told y'all I needed some more coffee. Goodness, I don't know what happened to the first video. It decided it was going to add part of it at the very end after the song. Craziest thing, I don't even know what happened. It was probably operator error on my part because y'all know I said I need some more coffee. All right, darlings, well, I'm going to attach that video without the second part, and hopefully it's going to work this time. I appreciate y'all. Have a good day. Bye now. Well, hello, darlings. It's Miss Tia. Happy Tuesday. Well, looks like this lawsuit community, well, they're living up to the name, kinda. Listen, prior to all these lawsuits and all this drama mess, there was a day way back, where this community was the true crime community. And in the true crime community, well, the creators and the subscribers, all the people that made up this community, they all had one thing in common. Well, besides the fact that they, enjoyed true crime and trying to make a difference and learning about different crime cases and things like that. But the thing that they really had in common was they had respect for the court system. Yeah. And that's the way it should be. The courts in our country, we have the greatest country. I know it's hard to believe with the way things are today, but our justice system, while it's not perfect, it's the best that's out there if you compare it to other countries and the way things go. They don't get to be, a lot of countries don't get to be judged by a group of their peers. And so, the courts, we held them in high regard and had such respect. Nowadays, this place has made a mockery of our justice system. Yeah, they sure have. After yesterday, hearing how things went, supposedly, now Miss Tia wasn't there, but we've heard, the reports that Brittany J., had the restraining order that she had put in for against Cletus and Clue. Well, Cletus and Clue, apparently they got them not one attorney, but two attorneys, because, they rich, y'all. Clue let us know that when she told us about her rich girl pool. Well, I have to say, I have to give it to them. They didn't ask for no money. And they got them two attorneys. Well, those attorneys, they went to the court to represent. Well, guess what? Brittany J. was late. And not only do we find out she was late to this hearing, but apparently she's supposed to have had a hearing on the 6th, I guess, for the emergency restraining order she was trying to get on them. And she didn't even show up. Now listen. Y'all, something's got to stop. This mess of using our court systems to try to solve some internet beef, it's getting to be too much. We've got to stop this. It's embarrassing, y'all. Are y'all not embarrassed? Because I am. I am completely embarrassed that we have just decided that, we're going to include the courts and waste their time and resources on these stupid YouTube games. Man, y'all got to figure a better way to be solving these problems. Come on now. I tell you what. I just don't know. But when I heard that yesterday she was late, and I guess the judge said, basically, get out of here. He didn't want to hear the craziness and the nonsense. Yeah. Which, do you blame him? I mean, hell, half of us don't want to hear it, and we out here on these YouTube streets. Sure enough, the judges in the court system don't want to hear this garbage. Man, come on, guys, we got to get a better way. And we got to stop celebrating these creators that get involved in these, court cases. The ones that go and file for this stupid crap. Yeah, we got to stop. We've got to let them know this is not okay. That we have more respect for our court systems than to allow that kind of mess to just be drugged into our courts and waste the time of the, not just the court system, but the people that actually need the resources that our justice system offers. And yet here we are, like using it like it's the principal's office to solve some kind of fight between two little kids. Y'all stop this nonsense. That's about ridiculous. So anyway, yeah, that went on. And then, y'all, have y'all heard the latest with Candus Wells? Now, I heard something yesterday that, I'm just going off of what I heard on these streets. But, darlings, they be saying that Candace had went to stay with her friend, Dee Dee, and I think it was in Georgia. And y'all, this is so sad. But apparently, her friend passed away while Candace was there. And supposedly, rumor has it, allegedly, Candace was alone with the friend when she passed away. And that's heartbreaking. But y'all, Candace didn't call 911. And that's kind of like deja vu because, when something happened with Summer, the first person Candace called was Dawn. She didn't call 911. And then, some other people be saying that, Candace acting like nothing happened with her friend passing away, that it's just kind of like, just a normal day. And now, she was visiting the friend, staying with the friend visiting. Well, y'all, she's still there with the friend's husband. Now, I ain't going to say they got something going on because I don't know, but I just find that kind of weird. I mean, that's a little bit strange. And then somebody be saying that, like, she be getting rid of the lady's stuff and having, like, sales, yard sales and stuff and try to be, getting rid of stuff, which the husband may be doing that too. Maybe they need the money. I don't know. But something's just not right about that whole situation. Like, I don't know what it is about Candace. And y'all know, Miss Tia, I believe in innocent until proven guilty. And I feel that way about Candace, just like I would anybody else. But something's off. Something just don't feel right. I don't know. I hope it ain't nothing. I hope that, I just feel weird about it because it just sounds weird. But yeah, I just can't imagine my friend pass away and I'm going to stay with her husband. No, that ain't the way things work. Man, this place. Yep. So, I don't know. I just... And then, we got this thing still with Ziggy and Cher and, y'all, Tiffany Marie back on these streets. And, she's still, her son is still very sick, and I pray he gets well. But nobody deserves to be going through what Tiffany and her son are going through. But Tiffany back on these streets, and she's being her same old Tiffany. Now, Miss Tia gonna say one thing. It's very, very sad that her son is sick. And we all want him to get better. And our hearts break for that entire situation. No mother, even Tiffany, should go through that. But darlings, just because her son is sick, that doesn't give her a pass to come back on these streets and act a fool like she's done so many times before and look like she's fallen right back into that. Yeah, I'm watching. Goodness. So yeah, Tiffany Marie, she'll be back, and she's buddies now with Ziggy. Now, any of y'all been around these streets for very long, you know. Tiffany don't like Ziggy. Lord have mercy. I mean, and Ziggy, you ought to know that. But apparently now, Tiffany and Ziggy have decided that Ryan from Ryan Finds Truth, well, you know, Ziggy don't like him. Well, apparently Tiffany don't like him neither. Y'all, now these the ones that always be saying, don't bring children into it. Keep everybody's children out of it. You know, I mean, I don't know. Like, they supposed to be for the children, especially Tiffany. You know, she all about the children. And you don't ever bring somebody's child into anything. And I agree. I completely agree. But here's the problem, y'all. They went digging on Ryan Finds Truth and found one of his children's Facebook pages. Yeah, they did. And they mark out some of the personal stuff, but they used that Facebook page of one of his children to kind of say, you know, what kind of parent is he? You know, based off of some type of religious belief that the child or his kid, I believe his children be grown, but still they his kids, or maybe they late teens, I'm not even sure. But, like, what happened to not bringing the children into it? I mean, come on. And this mess about, you know, well, I thought he was a Christian, is what they talking about Ryan. I thought he was a Christian, and can you believe that, you know, his child is into something like this? It was some kind of, I don't know, satanic, like, group or page or something that the child had liked or followed or something like that. But yeah, since when is Ziggy gonna be talking about being a Christian? And I know I've heard Tiffany talk about it in the past, but y'all, sometimes she don't be acting like it either. And speaking of Christianity, let's go ahead and talk about this. The other day, Laura, you know, perplexed, QT, allegedly, I don't know, what her, I don't even know, obnoxiously irrelevant. Well, she be talking about Christianity, and she be talking about prayer. And y'all, the way she be talking, because she was saying that, you know, Brittany J couldn't be a Christian. Now, I don't know where these people get these ideas of, you know, what a Christian is. You know, like, according to Laura, you got to, like, basically walk on water yourself to be able to be a Christian and pray. And y'all, she said Brittany J was, like, obese. Like, basically, she said she too fat to pray. Have you ever heard of something like that? Laura, you know better than that. You absolutely know better than that. Stop that. I tell you, y'all take any little thing to make something out of it. And now, not only we got people using the court systems, you know, some kind of YouTube thing. Now we gonna bring Christians into it and decide who's a Christian and who's not. I mean, and we got Ziggy talking about somebody's parenting skills, and if they raising their children right, if they raising their child to be a Christian. And you got Laura over here saying who can pray and who can't pray, who's a Christian and who's not a Christian. Ain't gonna say somebody too fat to pray. Lord have mercy. I've heard it all now. Man, I'm gonna go find me some churches and put all y'all on the prayer list. And I bet you're gonna have some fat people praying for you too. And God's gonna hear their prayer just like he would hear anybody else's. Y'all stop doing that. Man, I don't know what's become of these streets. But anyway. Alright, darlings. Well, Miss Tia's gonna go. It's about time for me to get another cup of coffee, because the one I just had, it ain't enough to get me through on these streets. So, y'all be sure y'all hit that like on my video. And if you're not subscribed to the channel, well, go on ahead and subscribe. And I appreciate you listening in. And it's Miss Tia. I'll see you soon. Bye now.
Tia walks alone, neon lights and pixel zones, whiskers twitch. She's sniffing out the unknown, every headline, every whisper in the dark. She's got a question, she's got that spark. Scrolling through the noise, she's got her eyes wide, spotting all the fake, she won't let it slide. Sassy in a step with the tail that sways. Truth is a game and she's here to play. Tia the cat, prowling through the streams, calling out the lies, chasing honest dreams. Some love her fire, some can't stand her pride, but she's never backing down, she's got nothing to hide. Every comment, every rumor in the chat, she's gotta come back, you can't handle that. She's fierce, she's bold, she's got that glare. If you're hiding secrets, better beware. Tia the cat, prowling through the streams, calling out the lies, chasing honest dreams. Some love the fire, some can't stand her pride, but she's never backing down, she's got nothing to hide. She's not here for drama, just the honest truth. Kindness in her claws, justice in her youth. Opinions don't shake her, she's got her own way on these YouTube streets. She's here to stay. Tia the cat, prowling through the streams, calling out the lies, chasing honest dreams. Some love her fire, some can't stand her pride, but she's never backing down, she's got nothing to hide. So when the night falls and the rumors start to creep, Tia's on the prowl, keeping YouTube streets clean, with a sassy flair and a heart so true. Tia the cat, this song's for you.